car, it was at 140 degrees. And that brings us to our Ask the Expert segment now, and it's all about the dogs today.
Our resident pet vet, Dr. Katie Heinrich, joins us this afternoon with Ziggy, a 2-year-old chihuahua.
So the question is Ziggy has not been neutered. Owners little concerned if that happens now at 2, is it going to change his personality?
It actually does not change their basic personality. What it can do is help eliminate unwanted behaviors that go along with not neutering your pet. So when you neuter a dog, you're removing their testicles, which is a source of testosterone in their body. And dogs that have a lot of testosterone in their body are, of course, going to be much more prone to always thinking about looking for females. And so they're much more prone to run away and roam. And actually 80% of dogs that get hit by cars are actually unneutered males. So,
I did not know that.
Yeah, it's quite a big number. And so when you neuter, you're obviously removing that source of testosterone, and it will cut back on elimination issues in the house for dogs that lift their leg in the house, marking their territory. It can cut back on aggression issues. It usually makes them better with other dogs because they're not so interested in being dominant all the time and looking for mates. So really it does not change their basic personality, but it almost always makes a huge difference in eliminating those unwanted behaviors. So they end up being much better pets for that reason.
That's another reason to do that, as opposed to simply controlling the pet population. You're going to have a better behaved dog at the end of the day.
Is it better to do it when the dog's younger if you know you're not going to breed them, or is waiting an issue on this?
There's not a lot of harm in waiting. The one thing that you can run into is if you wait till after the dog's been through puberty and has been exposed to all those testosterone hormones, they can develop some of those unwanted behaviors, and then because it's learned, even though if you neuter later and remove the testosterone, it's kind of habit by that point. It still can make a big difference, but there's always that risk that it's not going to work quite as well. The surgery is also it's a basically very simple surgery with very, very few complications, but the older they are, the more likely they are to have an issue, even though it's still very safe. So
one of these weeks we got to talk nudicles.
Yes, there are nudicles. If you are concerned about
your
dog not having any testicles, they have testicular implants called nudicles.
We'll talk about that another week. Got a question for our experts? Email them. Ask the expert, today's TMJ4.com. You can also leave a voicemail. The number is 967-5253.
You need another 3 minutes for that one.
Sorry, Ziggy.